a lot of that objection handling and just being sharp, closing more and whatnot, it comes with experience too. So you do have to go through a lot more numbers, generate a lot more leads, get on a lot more calls to sharpen that skill. And then you can speed that up by doing role play, drilling with people that are good. That's why I want you to do it with people in the inner circle, not just random people. Because honestly, man, what I said in the inner circle yesterday is true. Like bad role play can have the negative effect, can have the exact opposite effect of what you want to happen. If you role play incorrectly with somebody who doesn't know how to role play and drill correctly, who doesn't know how to give you feedback, and you're not giving them correct feedback, it just becomes a negative loop, a downward spiral, and it's not helping you by any means. If anything, it's hurting you and your skills. So if you're going to be role playing and drilling, ideally, I would want you to do that with people that are in the inner circle that are being, trained with the same material. They're on the same train of thought. I'm also there to kind of mediate and on the calls, maybe give feedback. Let's say you start role playing with, for example, on the next inner circle call where it's an open Q&A, you guys can tell me about your role playing sessions and how it went. And you guys can together collectively come up with the questions that you've had, things that you didn't know how to address, and bring it up on those calls. Now I can actually give you my feedback and clear it up for both of you, and everybody else is getting value from it as well. But that way I can kind of like almost be there and be part of the role playing and drilling, but just correct it and tweak it later. What I was saying is a lot of that comes with time and experience and just going through the numbers, man. You got to go through the numbers. Like in sales, like high levels of activity are key. It's so crucial. You got to go through the numbers. And that's one thing that Max was saying after this call. One of his feedbacks was he said something like, he's like, now in hindsight, now that you explained it to me, he's like, because he asked me, he's like, why'd you ask me at the end? Like, if agrees, then we can do it. He's like, why'd you say that? Like, I didn't know what to say. I don't know what you wanted me to say. I was like, it didn't matter what you say. That wasn't the point. You could have said anything. That's why I didn't care the fact that it was unpredictable. You weren't prepared for it. The point with all of this, at the end of the call, he asked me, he's like, why'd you do that? So I explained to him. And then he's like, yeah, man, now when I look at it in hindsight, when I think back to everything you did, everything you said, he took a bunch of notes. He's like, I wrote down exact wording of sentences that you used and things like that. He's like, now it all makes sense. I can see like why you did everything. It sounds great. It all makes perfect sense. He's like, the crazy part is you did that in real time. Like you actually did that without rehearsing or planning for it. And like, I get it now because you've explained it to me. You've broken it down to me. I saw the full movie basically. So it makes sense in hindsight, but to understand how to do that is the real skill. And to do that in real time and adapt based on different situations, what she throws at you, because you have no idea what she's going to say, that's the real skill. That's where that comes in. And I told him what I'm going to tell you now, which is I can do that because I can rely on my experience. It doesn't matter what she says. It doesn't matter what the scenario is. I'm equipped to handle pretty much any and every situation and any and every type of human being because I've been in sales for so long and sat in front of thousands and thousands of people. And you really cannot replace the experience.